Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm Part 20, Motion and emotion. See what I did there? I built a math subject and now it's very clear, there's just the sound E stuffed in front of motion. So, we're just going to keep our discussion going from last time. We'll be doing mainly physics in this episode, a couple references to biology and linguistics. But what was I going to say? Mainly physics. But the fun thing about physics is it's right or wrong. It doesn't matter your IQ points. It doesn't matter your cool math subjects. You just have to say shit, and it has to directly associate to a physical system. So you just have to be completely correct. But what I'm going to do is make some bold claims and try to prove them. Probably won't, but the BattleBots proof, right? Go watch BattleBots. If you don't know what the show is, just people build robots. They have basically a 250-pound weight limit. I haven't read the rules, but build robots, they fight, and they just try to destroy each other. But a lot of the times, the robots, they'll have wheels, and one wheel will get knocked off, and if they don't, their verbiage, not mine, if they don't show controlled translational movement, they start getting counted down. So just from counted down to get like knocked out of the thing. So again, in all of these lecture series, we talk about experience is universal. We've proven color consistency. We've proven consistency of reaction times. Well, we'll talk about that just a brief second. But my point is literally people watching the show BattleBots. There's no reason like someone that's really good at math would produce better words just to describe the show. It's just the order of the words. So just from watching the show, I make the claim where it's proven that rotation is not motion physically. Now, logically and mathematically, how do I start developing stuff for that? I mean, that's a big jump. I don't know. Like I said, I just like they use translation. But from BattleBots, we can say rotation is not motion. Don't know what to do with that yet. But now, getting back to the difference. So the sensoriality as a sound represented with a C and an S, we've reduced that to a fundamental theorem. So now, right, just like in quantum field theory or in your mathematics for quantum field theory, you postulate, virtual photons. Sensoriality is a virtual variable for linguistics, if you want to make that connection. But getting back to sensoriality without the sound, the extension of the sound E, we have sensoriality regulates motion, and sensoriality with an S regulates emotion, right? A completely clear logical definition. Life regulates emotion, and sensoriality regulates motion. So, right, if I punch my guitar case, is it angry? Did it get upset? Is it mad? Is it hurt? Is it physically sore? No. That's the difference. If I punch my own self, my thigh is going to be kind of sore. That's the difference. But a couple just empirical proofs. Nature walks, when people go walking in nature and they say they feel better about emotions. Consistent reaction times of animals creates same emotional states. That's why we have pets. That's why we like cute animals. That's why dogs have developed another muscles to show empathy with their eyes, to connect with human beings over the long term. In a general sense, pets are pathetic in the sense that, right, they're a codependent species, and we have no known history of when they started evolving, like when the dogs came down from wolves. But when you're out walking in nature, you physically, like if you're just alone in a building room, you don't have these ambient noises of other sentient beings, of other sensorality interacting with you even on like a background noise type of thing. That's why nature walks are calming. That's why mathematicians like to go on walks. That's why anyone likes to go on walks to think. And then another just quick reference to linguistics, consistency of expression, right? We've said you can't speak false theorems. Experience is universal, and there's one sentiment, and it doesn't matter who's presenting the logic. So anytime you're reading any book and someone has italicized something, those are fundamental theorems, 100% of the time. And they're certainly correct linguistically and almost certainly correct logically. But it's true for everybody. So now, those are the only linguistics I really wanted to do here, because I wanted to try to prove something in physics. Let me start over. So now I'm getting back to rotation is not motion. And again, I claim, the reason I hesitate on the word proof is because it is experientially proven by BattleBots existing. But again, I don't know what to do with it physically or systematically. And I'm just going to respond. At the end of the last episode, I just responded to some terms in physics. I wanted to do that here. There's just some more I want to cover. First is energy versus entropy, right? Energy is now the potential for movement versus entropy, which is disorder. So rhythm limits entropy. And that's very clear. We're going to use a demonstration with the guitar here in a second. But free energy, right? What is free energy? All right, there's the sound E, free, energy, free potential to move. What the fuck does that mean? So I don't like free energy. We'll ban this word, terminology, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. That's just no. But entropy is disorder. Now let me get rotation is not motion and vibration is not movement. So let's try to define that physically. So start with a guitar, right? There is tension. I put a question mark because again I don't know what to say or do here. I'm just exploring things scientifically using my brain and trying to do some science. Tension, right? There's clearly tension in the string. There's two anchor points, the bridge and the nut. So there's tension in the string. All right, there's a term or a saying for every action. I think it was Newton, might have been somebody else, but for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Right? There's our prefix re again for the iteration of the logic. Well, we should be able to make some distinct tension, like what system initiates the force, which system initiates the contact. So for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. No, I would just holistically say no to that. I think that's an oversimplification. Because of cosmological evolution, because of the odd number polygons not being completely symmetric through a center point. But then as another linguistical aside, right, we have action and reaction. We always pronounce it reaction. Last episode we proved the uniqueness of pronunciation on a personal level. But it's also true, like I said, the vocab versus the ontology. Vocab is personal, ontological is special, to the species. But we say solution, then we say resolution. But we don't pronounce this prefix as re. We never say resolution. So again, don't even know what to make of it here, but this is some connection of chemistry and physics for sure. Language is a vector proof. We'll get to that, we'll end with that. But we'll try to prove vibration is not movement and rotation is not motion. So right, in Newtonian mechanics, you need some sort of displacement to do work. If I sit here and tense up and push against my whiteboard and it doesn't move, I've done no work. But I've created tension. So I've limited this system, my system's potential for movement. That has occurred. So that's why I say there should be some direct physical differentiation between action and reaction. But vibration is not movement. And that's a physical paradox to me, right? Because that's clear to me logically, linguistically. If I pick up my guitar and play a note, I hear sound. That sound is transmitted to me as a vibrational wave. Literally, the air molecules hitting and vibrating my eardrum. So something's moving. Clearly, physically, can't deny that. But is the string, is the vibration of the string? Can we physically model that as, again, the oscillation is not actually a displacement? So that for some other reason, this system not being displaced doesn't do work or something, but the overall, again, the sound gets to my ears, so something's doing work. So we have to differentiate that. Again, I don't know what to do there, but that's the demonstration. That's a clear physical problem. How does tension connect the potential of movement of two different systems? And here's the linguistical soon-to-be proof or something. Here's the evidence. And now I just want to finish with a fun proof, or a funny proof. But language is a vector proof, right? Vectors require magnitude and direction. And I'll also put a question mark, and here's why, right? Imagine you, the camera person looking at the camera, is one person. Imagine there's another person right in front of me. And now I say to the guy in front of me, I go, "Hey dude, you're a faggot." Who was I talking to? You or that guy? Well, that guy. So it mattered on what I said and the direction I said it. So language is a vector. But now it gets more interesting. Now, what if I looked at you and said, "Hey dude, you're a faggot." Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you big fag. Oh yeah. minus the extras, I said the same thing, but did that transmit the same meaning? So language matters on the direction you say it, what you say, and how you say it. So maybe language is a tensor, and tensors require three-dimensional components. Or maybe, if we generalize that mathematically, a system with n-dimensional components can completely describe a system with n-1 dimensional components. Generally just a property, some word to describe something about the system. So we can now generalize that or make some statement about completeness for a numeric reason. The tension, tendency, right? Tension, tendency, time. What do we do with all of this shit? I don't really know. But yeah, that's what I wanted to cover here. Bunch of proofs, good discussion. Just keep keeping the conversation going. Thanks for watching part 20.